My name is Lara. I'm in year 13. I joined in year 10 and then I had to go home because of COVID. So I wasn't able to come back until year 12. So 3 years? Yeah, 3 years. And I consider home Mexico. Well, I just came in contact with the school because from an agency back home, and I kind of told them what I was looking for. And this is a school that they kind of said, oh, I think this kind of suits everything that you want. There were other options, but they just said, oh, this one would be good. And my parents wanted a school where it wasn't kind of full international, like not fully international. So I would get kind of the British experience. I would get to know like Europe a little bit more in that sense. So we just thought, oh, a school that's half day pupils and half internationals or half boarders would be a good fit for that. And there were also a lot of, well, I used to do horse riding, so there's horse riding, there's tennis, there were like many activities that I wanted to do. I think when I first got here, because I'd never seen the school before, I saw a big clock tower, I saw, well, all the prefects, all the year 13s, and I was 13 years old. I was so overwhelmed, and I was like, wow, like they're so old and the school's so big, like, I'm gonna get lost all the time. And I did get lost all the time at the beginning. But then I kind of saw it because we had like 1 or 2 days before school started, which was all the internationals. And then I guess you kind of looked around and saw, oh, everyone's in the same position, everyone's overwhelmed. But then as we went into the houses and as we got to meet everyone, we kind of got told, we got given like kind of a map of where things were. Oh, this is here. And then everyone else, like day pupils or old boarders that were already in school, were always like helpful. And we got told like, oh, she's in your maths class, and then this person would help me go there. And I think now, well, in year 13 and year 12, now when I see internationals, new internationals, and they're like little and then they're all lost and they don't really speak English, or they kind of do, but no one understands them. I like, because I understand them, I'll just go and like try and help me, like, oh, this is where this is. Oh, like I'll translate for this person. Oh, like I understand why you're overwhelmed, so like let me help you, and things like that. I think I get a lot of support from my teachers. I think if you really come to them and say, oh, I'm struggling with this, they'll help you. And there's always like clinics and after school clinics, like lunch clinics. If you actually don't understand the subject or anything, you can go and get extra help if you need it. And even in Easter, we had a 3-week break. And most of my teachers, even if it was obviously their break too, they all said, oh, send me whatever papers you want, and you would send them, and the next day you get everything back. And getting academically, you get a lot of support. I think I've made many friendships here that are from places that I would have probably never met anyone from there if I didn't come to school. My best friends are Bulgarian, Ukrainian, and, well, British too. But I think, like, even now that we're going to uni, like I'm planning to go live with one of them. And then even if we're all kind of spreading out like across the country or across the world, we all kind of know that we want to keep in touch, and we know that we're going to stay friends for a long time. I think the food, when I first came here, because a lot of things were not a lot of things, but there were some things that were very British. But then I was also surprised to see, like the other week we got sushi, that like we always get, I don't know, Mexican food one day, and like there's always kind of sometimes diversity in the food. And I think in general they managed to make it really good. And I think from year 10 to now, I think the food's gotten a lot better. And even if I did like at the beginning, I think now my favorite meal is Fridays scampi and chips. I think it's made me very independent to be away from home. I think at the beginning, obviously it's hard, and especially because I came thinking I was gonna only come for 1 year, but then my family moved on, and then I decided that it would be better for my education to go back to RHS. So I think it's made me very independent in the way where I've learned how to kind of live without my parents or live away from my parents, but still with support and everything. So I think going into uni, that's gonna help me a lot. And I think just overall learning how to like include people, include everyone, because every year, every term, there's new people coming. So you kind of learn how to make new friendships very quickly and get like really close really quickly. Don't be overwhelmed. I think kind of, yeah, well, if I tell my younger self, I'd just say, everyone's here to help you. Everyone knows that you're stressed, you're overwhelmed, you're scared to be away from home. But just kind of, you have to realize that everyone here is here to help you. And I think just being open to kind of speaking to everyone and like going to your teachers and being like, oh, I don't understand this, or like things like that. And being open to just making loads of new friends like really quickly, that just really makes you feel more like at home.